Hello friend, welcome back. In our previous video, I created one of the method as the store method, and into the store method, I just defined one of the validation for the name field. Like this field will be the required, and also I just added another validation for the alpha null. And for two of this error here, I just defining one of the message as a name field is required, and also this field, better I just name it as a name. Okay, like name field except alphanumeric character. So here I added that validation for our name field. Like if you go to that page, that is our create page, permission create page, and if this field is empty, then it should be display some of the error message. Okay, so that is actually the error message, and also he will be checked with the alpha null. So right now I want to show this error message in our this page, that means create blade page. Okay, so like here if this field is empty, then it should be display some of the message on particular that position. So this page is in our permission create page, so that is our permission folder, that is our create page. And in our create page, like here if you go to these positions, like there is our permission and the create blade. Okay, and into this position I just want to define some of the if condition first. Like here I just defining it, like here I just defining as a if, and into this position first of all I just define the count. Okay, and into the count here I just take one of the variable as a errors. I just defining one of the variable as a errors, and here I just put one of the conditions, like if this greater than with the 0, then he will be show that div. Like here I just defining one of the div on particular that position. And after that div here I just want to AND that if conditions, like here I just define the AND if. And now into this position, like if you go to the Google and if you search with the bootstrap for alerts, okay, then they have some of the link as a alert bootstrap. So now here I want to display some of the alert bootstrap on here. Like there is actually alert all that code, like there is a this is a danger alert. Okay, so right now there is a 4, so better I just copy that div, and here I just paste that div on particular that position. So here I only need that class, so for the reasons I just remove that text from to this area, and that is actually our AND div. And into the div area, first of all here I want to do, like here I just take one of the UL. Okay, so I just take one of the UL, and into the UL here first of all I just take one of the for each. So here I just define the for each. I just define the for each, and into the for each here I just defining that variable. So here I have to get that all that error, so that means this all that error I just want to for each on particular that position. So first of all that error, and here I just defining get all error. Okay, so for the reasons I just defining as all, and here I just defining as all, and I just define as a as, and then I just defining as an error. Okay, here I just defining as error. And now I want to add the li, and into the li here I want to print this error. So for now here I just want to print it with this double second bracket, and here I defining that variable. Okay, I hope you can well understand about it. Also here we started the for each, so we have to AND that for each. So here I just define as a AND for each. Okay, I just define the AND for each on here. And after that AND for each, there is a UL, I just close it, then the div, and after that there is a AND if. Perfect. And then I just want to do another things, like if you go to that positions, that is this form, when you put the all that submitted, all that name, the display name and the permission description, and if you click on the submit, where it should be redirected. Okay, so you have to also defining it. So for doing this here in our this page, that means the permission controller, here I just save that all. Okay, and after that I just put that return. I just want to return, and here I just define the redact. I just want to redact, and redact to which page. So for now here I want to redact, and for that reasons I just define one of the action on here. So here I just defining the action, and into the action after that, that means when this all field will be the submitted, and if you click on that submit, then this data will be saved. Okay, so after that saving all data, I just want to redirect it to that same page, that means the permission create. So I already created that route. So if you go to the route here, you can see that is I already created, that is the admin and the permission and the create. So for now I just copy it, and here I paste that things on particular that position. And in our create, like here there is our controller, so now I am already in the permission controller, and here there is a create method. So here you can see in our create method I already defined that URL. That means the admin folder, there is the permission folder, then the create page. That means here there is actually the page. Okay, so it should be redirected to the same page. For the reasons here I just defining that method. And now I also want to do another things, like when this all field will be the submitted, then I also want to display some of the success message. Okay, so for if you want to do that work, then you have to write down as a with, and with here you have to defining it. So here first of all I just defining as a success. Okay, I just defining as a success, and then you have to define the message name. Like I just defining the message as a permission created successfully. Okay, so this type of message you should be display, and after that here you have to define the semicolon. So I hope you can well understand about it. Now let's check this out. I just click on the save all, and if you now refresh that page, and into this position, first of all I just want to make the things as a blank, and here I just put on the display name, and here I just put one of the description. Okay, and now I just click on the submit. And here it's showing method not allowed HTTP extensions. So maybe defining that is actually the error. So that is a method post. So here I just define that our web, that is route. And here you can see that is actually the guy just defining as a get method, because here that is actually the post method. Okay, so he get all that post. For the reasons we have to do, we have to actually add the post method on here. So I just define that post. And now here I just click on the save all, and now I just click on the go back and refresh that page. And now into these positions like field, here I just define as a permission, like here I just defining as a permission 1. Okay, and I just define one of the spaces on particular that position. That means you should be show some of the message, and here I just defining as a permission like as a 1, and here I just defining some of the permission 1 description. Okay, I just defining some of the demo text on particular that position, and now I just click on the submit. Yes, now you can see it's now showing as a name field except alphanumeric character. So here that is actually the error. So I just defining the error on particular that position. So that is actually the error is now display on particular that page. That means here. Okay, so now it's successfully display on particular that area. So now here I just want to insert some of the permission from here. So I just define the name as a permission 1. Okay, so for now I just define that permission 1. So that is a display name. So that is a description. So I only added some of the validation for this field. So now I just define the display name, that is a description, and here I just click on the submit. And now here you can see after that saving all the data, it's now redirected to our that page. That means the permission create page. Okay, so now if you go to our database, that is our permission. Now if you click on the browse, yes, you can see now successfully data is inserted in our that table. That is the permissions table. So that is actually the name as a permission 1, there is a display 1, and there is a description also added, and automatically he created that created date and also the updated date. And so from here we successfully create our permission from these positions. Like here I just defining another one like as a permission 2. So I just defining as a permissions 2. Here I just defining as a permission, so like permission 2, and here I just define some of the description for the demo purposes. And now I just click on the submit, and now that is submitted. And if you go here, there is, if you click on the browse, now we see successfully inserted data in our database table. So I hope you can well understand about it, how the things exactly I did on particular that position. So that is actually the method post. For the reasons in our route we have to define that post on particular that position. Okay, and then that is our URL, and that is our method. Okay, so into this method I just define some of the validation, and also I just save that data in our database table. So now it successfully insert all the data into our database area. In our next video I will show you about that list page. Like here if you go to that positions, like in our that page, that permissions, there is one of the page as the list blade. So I just want to read all that permission data and visible that things in our list page. So how can do that work? In our next video I will show you that things with a live example. So thanks for watching and I will see you in the next video.